I take this privilege to welcome our principal, Dr. V. Manogaran, academic coordinator, Mr. Armugam, 11 and 12 CP category, and all the parents and all my dear children. Once again, welcome you all. This day is a most remarkable day. As a teacher, to see a student who grew up to be a renowned figure and holding an esteemed position in the society. Yes, I am greatly emotional and proud to introduce my former student, now a doctor, an eminent person, an eager learner, a devoted disciple, and a humble human, Dr. Venkatesh Karthikeyan. I am honored to call him as my student, and I am greatly privileged to say that I was his teacher once. Here amidst us is prodigy person who has marveled in the field of medicine. He has been an MBBS graduate from Velamal Medical College, Hospital and Research Institute, Madurai, Tamil Nadu. It is a high credit that he has completed his internship with a perfect score of 5 out of 5, completed MBBS with a percentage of 72.4% in his first attempt. Currently, he is pursuing his MD in Community and Family Medicine, AIIMS Patna. He possesses a leadership quality that is highly commendable as he served as a State General Secretary, IMA Junior Doctor Network, Tamil Nadu. Also, as he served in many other roles affiliated with Indian Medical Association, has also been a student ambassador in PG entrance coaching platforms. He is honored with IMA National Award as the best medical student in the year of 2019-20 and also received a certification of appreciation from Honorable Union Minister Sri Ashwini Kumar Chaubey for contribution to Covaxin vaccination trial 2021. I am extremely elated to welcome him to address the student and parents. Doctor, please.
Good evening, everyone. Hope you might all be very tired after such a long day. And I think this session was made compulsory for all of you in the school. I'm sorry about it. Hope I'll be able to do justice for your time. At the onset, I'd like to thank my teacher, Vinod sir, for giving me this opportunity and arranging such a wonderful session. Sir has put in a lot of efforts to organize this meeting, and sir is very concerned about you guys. எப்படியாவது என் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் நல்லா படிக்க வச்சிடணும் is the only thing that sir always has in mind. You guys are so lucky to have such a faculty like sir. I would also like to thank the management of Senthil Public School, like principal sir and coordinator sir is here. Thank you sir for giving me this opportunity, and thanks to onboarding teachers like Vinod sir for who always wanted their students to shine in their life. So not going with the routine lectures and routine classrooms, sir is taking extra efforts to make the students understand different perspectives. That's very appreciable of sir, as well as the management which supports such kind of activities. As you might be aware, I'm basically from Salem, and my home is like maybe 5 minutes from Senthil Public School. And as a student, as a school student, I always wanted to study in Senthil Public School, but due to family circumstances and a few other reasons, I was not able to do so. But I'm very much glad that I'm given this opportunity to interact with students of Senthil Public School after so many years of completing my schooling. So I thought we can have more of an interactive session rather than a lecture kind of thing. So I requested Vinod sir to collect questions from you so that I can get an outline about what you guys exactly wanted from me. So, but most of the questions were related to which book to follow, which online sources to follow. All these were most of the queries. We'll try to address it at the end. Though I have finished my 12th standard a long time before, I made my best efforts to talk with few aspirants who recently cracked AIIMS NEET UG and into AIIMS and Madras Medical College. So I'll share the study materials at the end. So before that, I want you to guys to let me know, why did you choose biology group, and why do you want to be a doctor? First of all, why did you choose biology group? Can you please type in the chat box? Yeah, Sahana has said, I love this subject a lot. Vishnuvardhan has said, to know very deeply about zoology. Okay. Subject is interesting. To take MBBS, to become a doctor, love biology. Okay. Okay, that's fine. So many of us love this subject as well as we want to become doctors in our life. So can you please type in the chat box, why do you want to become a doctor? What thing attracted you, and or what fascinates you to become a doctor? Can you please type in the chat box? Okay. Human body is interesting, Bharani Vikash has said. Okay, nice. What are the other reasons you wanted to be a doctor? You can feel free. This is just a casual session. You can feel free to type whatever you like to help people suffering from illness. Okay. Anyone else? To serve people. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. So as of now, I'll take care of our family. It's very good. So Priyanka is much more honest, I suppose. Okay. So let me tell you why I chose to be a doctor. First of all, I needed some kind of security in my life. For example, I should have a stable job, a stable income, good social reputation, and above all, I should be able to make some kind of significant positive difference in the people, in the lives of other people, which is very much possible, and it can be done on a larger scale if I'm choosing to be a doctor rather than a businessman or rather than an engineer. So making a positive difference in people's life is much more easier when I'm choosing to be a doctor in my life. And also, it seemed that medicine is the best fit for me. Hence, I opted the biology group. I studied in St. John's Matriculation School in Fairlands, where my teachers were very supportive. And like, I'm not whom I am because I will not be in this position if I had not enough support from my school. Like, your school is much more concerned about you, and they are like taking extra steps apart from teaching. They're organizing these kind of programs, and you should be very thankful to your school for having giving you this opportunity, and you should be thankful to your parents for getting you into the school which has a high repute. So you should have heard, like, not only in my school, in every school, everywhere, this saying is there. Like, if you study hard till 10th standard and get a good marks in 10th, then your life will be good. Once you clear 10th, now you could hear people telling that if you just clear your 12th with flying colors, then your life is settled. And once you get into MBBS, after getting good marks, people will say, just pass the first year MBBS alone, life will be very easy. And this goes on again and again. The same dialogue you will come to hear again and again in your life. So, but what is the truth? Is there no logical end to this question, to this dialogue, that complete this, after that your life will be good? In my opinion, after joining MD and doing my post graduation at AIIMS, I would say that this holds true for two main exams. One is NEET UG, and another one is NEET PG. Okay, so the single most exam which is going to decide how much quality your life is going to have is the NEET UG exam. Okay, so I'm not saying this just because I'm called for such a session today at Senthil Public School. I want to motivate this 11th, 12th students. No, there are many exams in your life, but the most important exams in your life is the NEET UG and the NEET PG. So our focus is now NEET UG. Okay, so like this, rather than seeing it as a competition or rather than taking the stress of preparing for this examination, you can consider it as a beautiful opportunity to take your life to next level. Okay, so this single exam is going to change your life forever. You will definitely be in a good position in your life once you get into a medical college. Once you get in the medical college, it does not matter much in the long run whether you pass in the first attempt or you pass in the second attempt, or you're taking, instead of 5.5 years, you're taking 7.5 years or 8.5 years to pass. it does not matter. Once you take MBBS, once you enter into the medical college, you will have a basic security for your life, and you will be able to do some kind of goodness to the society. Okay, so I'm not trying to tell that life will become easy once you get into MBBS. Once you crack this NEET UG, life will be easy. No, I'm not trying to say that. And if I'm saying so, it means that I'm lying. Life will be more difficult. Like your first year MBBS will be like 10 times more difficult than your NEET UG. But the thing is that it's like more of a qualifying exam rather than a competitive exam. What you guys are preparing right now is a competitive exam where you are competing with others across the country. Whereas once you enter the MBBS, you will be inside a safety net where you're not going to compete with others. Your main aim is to gain knowledge and to what to say, and to get more than 50% and pass on to the next year. So you won't have much of a pressure, like a life or death situation once you entered MBBS. That is why I'm calling that NEET UG is one of the most critical exams, following which other exams is important, but it is not going to be a life changer. So it will not incur you so much, it will not give you so much stress in life. Okay. So like, imagine you are a businessman. Imagine you're a businessman having some business for some 10 crores. Okay. At the age of 40, suddenly some economic downturn happens, share market collapses, and your business is ruined. Now you are almost, your net worth is almost equivalent to zero. Whereas consider yourself as a doctor. You are running a hospital, and due to some unfortunate reason, the hospital goes out of your hand. Does your network become zero? Net worth becomes zero? Absolutely not. The degree which you have, be it MBBS or be it MD or MS, whatever it is, the degree is going to be with you forever, and it is very easy for you to start from scratch, and you can practice till the last day of your life. Okay. Imagine you're going to live for 70 to 80 years. You guys may be some 17 or 18 years now. Okay, for the rest of 50 to 60 years of life, how well you're going to lead it, how comfortably you're going to lead it, and how safely you're going to lead it is based on this 1 to 2 years of preparation of NEET UG. In one way, you guys are much more lucky than me, because I was not having NEET during my medical entrance. Okay, medical while entering the medical school. So it was like again a life or death situation where there is only one attempt possible. If I'm getting 0.25 marks less than the cutoff, less than the required cutoff, then that's all. I can never dream of MBBS, at least in some government seat. Okay, maybe I can go for a private seat, but I cannot dream of MBBS if I afford to lose 0.25 marks in one that is only one attempt. Okay, whereas you guys have the liberty to give multiple attempts in NEET UG, which again is going to reduce your stress. So you guys are in a way lucky, but still, I agree that the competition is increasing day by day. So coming back, this cracking NEET UG is the best thing you can do for your school, for Vinod sir, for other teachers, for your parents, and more importantly, it is the best thing you can do for yourself. Okay, so the efforts you're going to put in for the next 1 or 2 years is going to ultimately influence how comfortably you're going to lead the rest of your life. Unlike other professions, as I said earlier, you're going to practice till the day you're going to die. Okay. So it gives you job satisfaction, and it's not some kind of clerical job where you'll be typing something or something like that. It is clinical practice. You're going to see patients. You're going to touch them. You're going to heal them. You're going to take off their sufferings. Just think you have a mild headache, or you're having a blocked nose. Just having a blocked nose itself is going to cause a lot of trouble. And if suppose I'm giving you a simple drug and taking off your headache, at that moment you will feel that I'm the god, I'm everything, and you'll be so much thankful to me. Imagine you are doing this to more complex diseases, to thousands and thousands of people. Imagine what kind of difference you can make in their quality. Imagine the amount of blessings you are going to receive from your patients. Isn't it wonderful? So that is why I wanted as many people from this, as many as people as possible from this meeting to take MBBS as their career. Also, it will be financially rewarding also. So like I'm not from a economically so well-to-do family. And I could remember my father struggling so much to pay a fees, nominal fees of maybe it's around 2,000 rupees for every quarter, like every 3 months, the fees is 2,000. Okay, I literally saw my father struggling every time to pay this fees of just 2,000 rupees. This is, now I'm saying just, but that 2,000 was a very, very, very big thing for me. And like due to those financial constraints, I was not able to do, I was not able to, what to say, there used to be a lot of power cuts during those times, and we can't even afford to have an UPS or some kind of electric battery in our home. And day before my public exams, when current goes off, the whole night my dad used to he used to make sure that I sleep properly by using he will be using this newspaper to mosquitoes he used to do that. So those kind of hardships I have gone, and those 2,000 rupees of quarterly fees, it's like I'm not saying out of head weight, but I'm just saying for comparison that just in a span of 8 years, that quarterly fees, the 3 months fees, is half of my everyday salary. Okay, so and moreover, I'm not even a postgraduate. I'm not even someone who completed postgraduate. I'm just currently a postgraduate student. So this is again the amount of financial liberty, financial freedom that taking medicine would give. I don't know. See, you might tell that some people work in Amazon, some people work in Google, some people didn't even study 10th standard or 12th standard. They became politicians, they became businessmen, and they are earning in crores, and they have a much well-to-do life. But one thing we should understand is that how many of those 10th passed out and 12th passed out are as much successful as you're saying. Okay, whereas how many MBBS doctors are successful? See, you should see the likelihood. So the likelihood of you doing very good in your life after MBBS is almost 100%. Whereas if you're stopping with 12th, or if you're taking some random business and doing, then the likelihood of success in life is quite critical. We don't know what is going to happen. So, and easiest way to make money, easiest way to lead a peaceful and secure life is to study and to get a good degree. Okay, so rather than going planning for things which are not under your control, like maybe for example, if you are a businessman, there are multiple things which are influenced by external factors. Okay, you might not have direct control over it, whereas if you are focused on your studies, it's almost entirely in your hands. And just as someone of 17 or 18 years of age, we don't have much of a responsibility rather than studying. So our only work, our only aim is to study, and if we are doing it fully, then it is the easiest way to be successful and peaceful in life. Okay, so you might ask me, okay, you're telling so great about MBBS, you're telling so great about NEET UG. If I don't clear this NEET UG, am I not fit for anything? Am I a loser? The answer is definitely no. You might even, what to say, you might be even 10 times more better than whom I am, or whom a businessman or engineering graduate may. But again, we can't say that for sure. We can't say that you will definitely become a successful businessman or a successful entrepreneur. But even if you're not so, even if you're not top 1% of the doctors in the country, but even if you're the 99th or last well performing doctor in the country, again you will be able to earn well. You will be able to see the basic cases, OPD cases, and you'll be able to treat people. So in all possibilities, in all means, this is a best choice for you. And it is the at this point of time, preparing for NEET UG might seem as if it's a very big deal and it's very competitive. How will I even do it? But if you are streamlined into doing by following few strategies, you can definitely do it. Because like there are people who are not I mean like there are people who might not be of much of your who might not have much of intelligence as like you, but they have already cracked NEET UG, and they have got into MBBS through their hard work, perseverance, and strategies. So it is definitely doable for anyone. And being someone who is studying in Senthil Public School, and like having the guidance of people, great people like Vinod sir, it is definitely possible for you. And one thing I would like to say is that your parents will never hesitate to spend in for your education. So be bold, ask them to get whatever resources possible. Even in medical colleges, I can see very rich people, very rich students, they are very hesitant to buy books for like 1,000 rupees also. But they will be coming to college in Benz car and BMW. I don't understand why we do have such a kind of restricted mindset when coming for spending for education. I would rather say spend lavishly for education, spend for books, spend for online materials. If you're comfortable in using laptop, or if you want a better phone for seeing those videos or attending these kind of sessions, ask your parents and get it. So you should spend well in your education without any restrictions. Okay. And a few of the students have asked about study strategies, like how to study, how to cover physics, chemistry, biology all in one day. So those kind of strategy questions. So can you specifically point out again what type of study strategies you want? Like uh, regarding study strategies, what kind of questions you have? Can you ask in the chat box? I think the chat box is enabled. You can ask what kind of difficulty, leave about the study materials to follow. What kind of difficulties you face during studies? Like one student I could remember, one student saying that how to cope up with 11th questions, all those kind of things. You can ask similar queries in the chat box. Okay, someone has asked tricks to score best marks in physics, how to study new lessons in a short time, how to overcome the pressure of physics. Okay, okay. So I could see some similar questions popping up: how to cover backlogs, how to read with full concentration. Okay, formula is clear concept, but not able to do the problem. Okay, okay, fine. See, first I would like to say the study strategies which I followed, and first thing is that you should uh, you should have some kind of understanding about your own self. Okay, so I'm a kind of person who loves to read in the night. So during my NEET PG preparation before getting into AIMS, I was inside my home for 8 months completely. Not even once I got out of my home. Okay, so 8 months completely was in my inside my room. And the thing is that I try to understand myself. So I found that I'm a kind of person who loves to like read in the late nights and wake up late in the mornings. Okay, so this was possible because I was full time in home. But whereas you might be going to school regularly, and but still you might feel comfortable reading late in the night and not preferring to wake up early. So you should try to understand what your body actually wants and titrate it accordingly. It doesn't mean that there is our elderly people say that waking up at 4 o'clock is good for studying, all those things. That might be true for some people, but for people like me, for some kind of people, it might not hold true. Even if they wake up in the morning, they might not be able to concentrate. So you identify yourself, what kind of person you are. Are you a late night bird or an early morning bird? And fix your study schedule accordingly, and make sure that every waking minute of yours is into studies, some form or the other. What does it actually mean? For example, now you're coming back to school. If you're going to your home via your bus, then in the bus you should try not to waste your time. Rather than, you should involve in some kind of study. Okay, so for example, either you can read the books, or you can revise the notes, or you can talk with your friends. Like, what did you read today? What did you learn new? Teach me this new topic, like that. And if you don't find such a kind of friend, then you can make use of audiobooks and videos. Okay, like we might be seeing a lot of videos in YouTube. We should also make use of. I know that there are a lot of educational content targeting NEET UG aspirants in YouTube, like free of cost. Okay, you can make use of those videos in your leisure time. So when you are fully focused, you can read your book. When you are not so fully focused, when you are just partially focused or kind of tired, you can put on the earphones and play those videos. For example, during my NEET PG preparation, I used to wear my earphones and play the videos and used to jog. Okay, so actually, it's a video, but I'm not seeing the video. I'm just listening to the audio so that I get some kind of benefit. Okay, so I would make sure that every waking minute I would be doing something related to my studies, whether as reading books or as listening to audios or as seeing videos or solving MCQs. So it's like there are different options available for getting the educational content into us. So, like as I said, videos, audios, MCQs, reading notes or listening to classes. So you should alternate between these available options so that it does not become monotonous. Okay, you need to basically mix and match. And some student was asking how to balance between physics, chemistry, and biology. So I used to allot one whole day for one particular subject. Okay, so for example, if today is physics day, one whole day I will read physics as much as possible, and tomorrow I'll read chemistry and then biology. Like that, I used to frame so. But there are some people who are more comfortable with reading physics for 1 hour, chemistry for 1 hour, biology for 1 hour. There are some people who want to read half day physics, half day biology, half day chemistry. So it's basically you need to experiment what works out for you, what is more comfortable for you. But the ultimate thing is that you should keep a track of your progress. Okay. So I can share you what I do. I maintain an Excel sheet where I list out, I mean, one sheet for each subject. For example, physics, I'll type physics as the name of that page, name of that sheet, and all the lessons in physics, I'll type in there. Okay. Similarly for chemistry, similarly for biochemistry. If today I'm sitting for 1 hour or 2 hour, whatever it may be, if there are 20 lessons in my physics, I should complete at least one lesson. Okay. One complete block I should complete, and then I'll enter the date against it. Okay, when did I complete? Like that, when you're keeping a diary, when you're maybe be it digital or be it manual, you should keep a track of what you're doing, or else you might have in your imagination that okay, I read so much in physics, I read so much in chemistry, but in reality, while seeing it, you will understand that okay, you have just touched one single topic in physics, and make sure you at least do such kind of complete coverage of one lesson and move on to the next. Okay, so it doesn't mean that whatever you read should be within you. You should understand, and you should understand it. Of course, you should understand it. But should you remember it 100%? Definitely no. Okay, it is not essential that whatever you read is stored in your mind. Okay, if you are having such kind of approach, then you might spend a lot of disproportionately large amount of times in focusing on a particular topic or on a particular subject. But as NEET UG aspirants, our goal is to get the seat. Okay. I'm not sure about the number of questions. For example, if there are 100 questions and you are excellently attempting all the first 50 questions, excellently are attempting 50 out of 50 are getting, but you're not touching the remaining 50, then there are no chance you'll get a NEET seat, you'll get an MBBS seat. Whereas you're attempting 100 questions and you're getting 20 wrong, so you're getting 80 correct, then your chances of getting MBBS is higher. Okay, so this is the kind of approach which you should do while studying also. So rather than reading one topic, for example, if I'm reading organic chemistry and I'm spending some 10 hours in total for reading for the first time, I mean reading thoroughly for 10 hours, and trying to recollect an exam, it would be a difficult task. If I were you, I will give again the same 10 hours for organic chemistry, but I'll split it in such a way that the first 5 hours I do it to read it completely once. Then after few days, I will revise it for 2 hours, and then again after few days, I'll revise it for 1 hour. After 1 week, after few weeks, I'll revise it for another 1 hour. So the overall time I spend for organic chemistry is the same 10 hours that you do that same 10 hours that you spend for organic chemistry, but my marks will be better because I have repeatedly revised over spaced like over particular intervals of time. So rather than focusing on a topic so much and spending lot of time in the first attempt, it is not so advisable. Rather than that, you can spend little time over multiple at different points of time, so that you'll be able to recollect it better, remember it better, and connect the dots. You can connect with, for example, if I'm reading organic chemistry today, and just for some time, and I'm revising it after 2 days, whatever I read in this in between 2 days, that will be automatically connected to what you're going to read, what you're going to revise after 2 days. That is organic chemistry. So it's like more of a mind map is formed, a lot of connections are formed within your brain when you are revising things at spaced intervals. So this concept of spaced repetition, like revising it multiple times rather than studying sincerely or very thoroughly for the first time, is a proven technique, is followed by very meritorious people across the globe. So follow this strategy of spaced repetition rather than studying again, rather than studying at a whole stretch everything. It is better, even if you forget at your first reading, even if you don't remember a single point after reading organic chemistry for the first 5 hours, it does not matter. During those 5 hours, you should try to get some kind of understanding, and whether you're remembering it or not does not matter. You can focus on it later by doing multiple revisions in later parts of your time. Okay, and there are a lot of online resources available, like there are apps available, there are YouTube channels available, there are faculties who are available. So you should try to make the best use of it. At the same time, you should avoid the fear of missing out. Okay, for example, if for example there are some 10 different resources for biology. Okay, maybe Vinod sir is recommending two resources, and sir has a vast experience, and in his experience, after seeing so many students, he's telling that this two books is enough. But in the market there are 10 books. Then you should believe your teacher, you should believe sir, and stick with the two books, and you should and revise it again and again, rather than going for all the 10 books and reading it just once. Okay, so you should believe your teacher, stick to few sources before fixing the resource. You might think twice, thrice, or even 10 times. But once you identify the source, okay, for physics, this is the material I'm going to follow. This for chemistry, this is the material I'm going to follow. Once you fix such kind of things, such kind of materials in your mind, then stick to it and revise it again and again. You should not have the fear of missing out. Okay, in what to say, in nearby school they are giving different material, and what if NEET question comes from that? No, that kind of approach is not good, and that will unnecessarily waste your time. Maybe you might learn one or two things extra, but the 100 things which you already know, it might start to fade away in your memory. So your focus should not be on reading those one or two things extra, but rather it should be revising those 100 things which you already know. Okay, because logically it is going to yield you more. Okay, and then you should always keep your motivation levels high. For example, I did follow a few strategies for like I used to keep a track of number of hours I'm studying. Okay, so every day I used to keep a track, and that will help to keep myself motivated. In the initial days, like studying to 2 to 3 hours per day was quite challenging, was actually difficult. But as days went on, I started studying like 6 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, and even 14 hours during my NEET PG preparation. So these kind of things will give you a kind of self satisfaction, and it will provoke you to study more and more. Also, you can have bet with your friends. Like I used to have bet with my friend, like who is going to study the most number of hours. So if he is studying more than me today, I'll give him 10 rupees. I'll GPay him 10 rupees. So those kind of gaming, some kind of gamings you can have. Maybe you can ask your parents, give me 10 rupees if I'm reading more than maybe 4 or 5 hours, more than 5 hours a day. Okay, so like this, you should have some kind of motivation, some kind of gaming, some kind of incentive mechanisms to keep you going. Okay, and also there are a lot of toppers giving interviews in YouTube. There are a lot of people who recently cracked NEET UG, and many such interviews are there in YouTube. You should see at least one such video every day. Okay, so it is first, it is going to keep your motivation level high. Second, it is going to help you frame strategies about how to how to study, how to successfully cover all your portions and revise it efficiently. Okay, so though you might ask, you might tell that, okay, I saw 2 to 3 toppers interview, I'm motivated, I'm all set, I will not see any videos. No, you should see toppers interview almost daily, because as you move on in your preparation, you might face new challenges, and you might be needing to create new strategies or modify your strategies accordingly. So all this would be facilitated if you're watching such kind of topper interviews on a day-to-day basis. Maybe like what is it? Maybe if the management is willing, then the management can identify such kind of YouTube videos and send it across to students or play it in the classroom every day, so that students will get to know how topper thinks, how toppers think, how what are the areas they focus. So these may seem very small things, but they are realistic, and that is definitely going to play a major role in the outcome of every student and the outcome of the school as a whole. Okay. And I also would like to mention on app I use. I use an app called Your Heart in mobile. Okay, YOURHOUR. So Your Heart app is something which basically tracks my mobile phone usage. Okay, so during start of my preparation, I used to make use of mobile at least 8 to 10 hours a day. So 2 hours for WhatsApp, 2 hours for Facebook, 2 hours for Instagram. I never realized that I was spending so much time. Okay, but after seeing those results, seeing those reports in the tab, I was very shocked. Okay, it's like almost 1/3 of my day is going in social media platforms, just whiling away. Okay, then this app helped me to cultivate discipline, and this 8 hours of phone usage gradually decreased, and at the end of my preparation, it was like 10 to 15 minutes per day. So just imagine 8 hours to 15 minutes. So it's like I have 7 hours 45 minutes extra every single day for studying. Okay, so these kind of things where you can save your time, where you can cut down the unnecessary things, should be identified by you right now, and you should start diverting energy to study, because as I said, this 1 or 2 years which you are going to invest now is going to yield high amounts of return, and it is definitely going to make your life much better. Okay, and don't be worried about forgetting things, forgetting about what you read. It's very absolutely normal to forget. I don't even like grossly remember the chapters which I had in my physics, chemistry, and biology. Okay, so that's absolutely normal. But one thing you need to keep in mind is that irrespective of whether you're forgetting or not, we are going to do well in exams, because we are going to revise it multiple times. Okay, once we are revising it multiple times, the results will always be good, because the memory will be fresh at the time of examinations. At the same time, since you are doing multiple revisions, you'll be able to connect things with your other subjects as well as the other lessons in the same subject. Okay, and I'm kind of an anxious person who used to be very much worried about exams, and I used to worry a lot. Like, if on normal days, if I'm studying for 3 to 4 hours per day, during exams, like 1 or 2 days before exams, I'll be so much worried that I might not even touch my book. Okay, so I think such kind of anxious people exist always in any kind of institute, but you should try to take away such kind of anxious thoughts. See, stress is a good thing. Stress is a good thing, provided that it is going to increase your productivity. Okay, if that stress is hampering your productivity, if the stress is decreasing your study hours, then you should come to a mindset that, okay, let us do our best and leave the rest to itself. Whatever it is, it happened. Okay, so these are few of the study strategies I followed. And do you have any doubts till now? You can ask in the chat box. Okay, someone has asked, were you a topper from first itself? Okay. Like, yes, from my sixth standard to 12th standard, I barely remember um, getting second rank. I used to be getting first rank always in my school. But things were obviously different in medical school, where uh, whoever you are, you will be scoring, even if you're crossing 50%, it's a great deal. Okay, so it's like it doesn't matter whether we are topper or not. Only thing which is in our hands is to give our efforts. Okay, so rather than keeping it as a, what to say, you should not see on the outcome, you should see on the process, you should focus more on the process. And there's a famous quote that journey before destination, which means that our destination is to get the MBBS seat. The journey is this NEET UG preparation. Okay, so I would say for sure that my preparation days were the best, because I used to sleep at my own time of convenience. I used to study at my own time of convenience, and I always had a feeling at the end of the day that okay, I studied 10 hours today. I made the best use of my day. I'm happy. So this made me to realize that we should try to enjoy the process, enjoy the journey. You should not have the mindset that one on the day of taking MBBS only, or on the day of taking MD only, I'll be happy. No, you should be happy with whatever you are doing, and you should try to improve every day on an everyday basis. Be it 0.1%, be it 0.05%, whatever it is, you should be little bit better than yesterday, and by that way you can achieve a lot more. Okay. Okay, few other questions. We'll take list some sources. Okay, actually I collected few sources. I have not see NEET was in Tamil, more in Tamil Nadu from 2017 only. So since I joined MBBS in 2014, my seat was more based on the marks, the cutoff I took. So I might not be the right person to comment about the study materials, but as I said earlier, I gathered details from few other students. Maybe I'll just read out them for you. Uh, recommendations by recent NEET UG toppers is that for biology, NCRT volume 1 and 2 is more important, and they suggest to read thoroughly each and every line of NCRT, solve all the exercises and supplementary questions, and they say that NCRT is the Bible for NEET biology. And for additional information, once you're done with the NCRT, they suggest uh, MCQs from Akash materials, and if students is interested for further reading, they can read True Man's Biology, which is of 2 volumes for selected topics. Okay, so I mean, I don't have any hands-on experience with this. It's better you can make a note of all these resources and discuss with your concerned teachers. Okay, for example, biology, I'm suggesting these things. You should have a discussion with Vinod sir whether we can follow this or not. Okay, because without hands-on experience, I cannot guarantee you how good these sources are. But just sharing, I just wanted you guys to know what other toppers across the country are following. Okay, so for biology, these are the things: Truman's, Akash, and NCRT is more commonly followed for biology. For chemistry, again NCRT 4 volumes for basics and concepts, and they recommend Pradeep's chemistry for reading. And they want you to divide the chemistry into 3 parts: physical, organic, and inorganic. And for physical, they recommend after completion of theory, they suggest you to solve problems from Narendra Avasti book, which is from Balaji Publications. And then physical chemistry from NEET and JEE mains and advanced papers. For inorganic chemistry, they recommend VK Jaiswal, which is again from Biology Publications, and previous questions of JEE mains, advanced, and NEET. For organic chemistry, they recommend MS Chauhan for NEET and JEE mains and advanced, which is from Balaji Publications. Among all three, organic seems to be pretty vast and hence requires constant practice. As I do remember that it's highly volatile. So these kind of, again, there is a concept called this 20th notebook, which is very famous. See, in MBBS, we have 19 subjects, and there is a concept called 20th notebook, which is nothing but which are the topics which are highly volatile. Volatile in the sense uh, which we tend to forget easily. Okay, so for example, this organic chemistry. Okay, so these kind of high yielding yet very volatile topics, you should make a note in a separate notebook so that it will be easy for you to revise 1 or 2 days before the examination. So this is the concept of 20th notebook. So maybe you can consider it as the fourth notebook, as you have three main subjects. Okay, and make a note of all the important and volatile topics in those, so that it will facilitate you to revise in the last minute. Okay, and the toppers, NEET toppers, they are for chemistry. They also suggest Akash and Alan test series, Akash materials, and materials from Pearson publication. And for further reading, they also suggest M.S. Chauhan's Organic Chemistry, J.D. Lee for Inorganic Chemistry, and Physical Chemistry by O.P. Tandon. Okay. And for physics, again, the four volumes of NCERT is the basics. Once you complete it, they recommend H.C. Verma's Concept of Physics and solve the in-text and book bag problems. And this will help to clear the concepts and makes the basics strong. For practice, the toppers recommend D.C. Pandey for NEET or DC Pandey for JEE mains and advanced. It's a set of five volumes, and they also recommend Cengage Physics by B.M. Sharma, set of five volumes, or Cengage Physics by C.P. Singh, whichever the student is comfortable. For practice, they suggest Akash Alan Test Series, MTG publication subscriptions, question bank by Disha Publications. Okay, I'll send you this document which I'm reading from. I'll send you across through sir. And again, I would like to say that this is not used by me. This is used by the toppers who cracked very recently. So I don't know how much uh, how much it is recommended by your faculties. It is better you discuss this with your faculties, and if it is available in your library, just go through it before buying it, and do your due diligence before following a book, because the most powerful and valuable resource we have with us right now as students is time. Okay, so we should not waste our time looking for different resources and with the fear of missing out things given in different resources. Try to fix your resources, take the help of your seniors, take the help of teachers, and fix it and move forward. The only intention to collect these names of books is to make you aware what people are following across the country. Not necessarily you should follow this. You should follow the same. Okay. Any other doubts you're having? Did you feel difficulty while studying physics? Of course, everyone feels difficult. Okay. For me, like reading biology seemed to be quite easy. Both physics and chemistry was challenging because it is not my piece of cake. Okay. So you need not worry much, because this is just a phase of life where you'll be doing something which you might not be 100% into it. But once, for example, reading physics might be difficult now, but once you crack NEET UG, you will never going to touch physics in your life. Okay, so don't worry. This is just it's just testing your memorizing power, testing your understanding, and yes, of course, physics is an interesting subject. But if you are a person who is not having an interest towards physics, then you should try to cultivate the interest. How can you do that? So, for example, if there is, I'm giving a random example. If there is a model of some engine and you're finding it very difficult to read from book, what you can do? You can go to YouTube, search the topic, and you will get beautiful visualizations. So, visualizing things and seeing things in graphical forms is the best way to retain things. Okay, so even I could remember myself seeing songs in YouTube for chemistry. Okay, I could remember a song which helped me to memorize the whole like the whole table. Okay, like the elements table, the whole element table was in a form of a song. So those kind of interesting materials, a lot of materials are available in YouTube. Okay, so take such use of such materials, which will give you a visual memory, as well as it will improve your understanding and helps to retain things better. I think that answers the question. Was your NEET PG tough? Actually, it is tough because Isha has asked, was your NEET PG tough? It is tough because like 1.5 to 2 lakh people, right? Every year, and maybe some 5,000 of 5,000 to 10,000 people get a decency. Okay, it's very competitive. As I said earlier, I'm not saying that once you complete this 12th exam with good marks, life will become easy. No, it will become more challenging. I won't say difficult. I would rather term it as challenging. But even if you fail at those later exams of your life, even if you're not so successful, you will have some kind of backing that you have a basic MBBS degree. Okay, with those MBBS degree, you'll be able to lead a self-sufficient and a secure life, and you'll be able to see patients also and treat them. So you need not worry about the future failures which is going to happen. Even if it happens, it's not going to uh, make a drastic change. Whereas imagine you're taking this NEET UG, successfully cracking this NEET UG and getting into medical college. That is a breakthrough, and that is the easiest thing you can do. You might think, why this guy is again and again saying easiest, easiest. Yes, because the world out there is very competitive. Be it any branch, be it any field, it's extremely competitive, and the only way to get comfortably through the competition is to study now and get into a good college, get into a good degree. So this is the best time we have, and we also don't have any sort of commitments. You need not take care of a husband or wife. You need not take care of a children if you have children. So no such added responsibilities. Your parents are paying for everything. Your parents are giving you home. They're giving you good food. So you don't have any other work. You should only study. And it's not that I'm telling that you should be studying always. You can go out for a go out for a movie. You can go out for gaming. You can play with your friends, but just keep a track of your time. Okay. Like if I want to play for 1 hour, play wholeheartedly, play for 1 hour. But after 1 hour, come back to studies. If you're studying for 2 hours, wholeheartedly study for 2 hours. Don't think about playing. Okay. So when you're so focused on whatever you are doing, when you're not, better word than focus is to be mindful. Be mindful of whatever you do. Once you're mindful of whatever you're doing, then you'll learn how to enjoy it. When you're enjoying it, you will do it with your full heart. And when it comes to reading, you'll be able to remember things better. You'll be able to understand it better, and you'll be able to love what you're reading. So if you started to understand the little things between the sentences, it will make the subject interesting, as well as your life interesting. Okay. Any other questions? How much is scored in NEET? Okay. See, as I said, I didn't give, actually my eligibility is based on my 12th marks. So my cutoff was like some out of, actually it was for 200. For 200 I got some 196.5, which is approximately 98.25 percentage, something like that. But that's, I think the scenario is totally different now. um, yeah. Any other questions, any other doubts? If you have doubts, you can type in the chat box. If not, I think we can move on. Vinod sir, would you like to take over?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Children, anybody, you have a doubt, please send a message through chat box. Are you clear? Okay, fine. Anyone, can you give the feedback and opinion about the session here, please?
I think everyone should be tired after such a long day. It's 8 p.m. already.
Yeah, anyone?
Okay, thank you, Nagaravan. Thank you.
Madhurabhashini,
Sarikesh wants to talk, it seems.
Charukes. Yes, pa, you can unmute and speak.
Yes, sir. Sir, the
Yeah.
program was very much useful for me, sir. I came to know about which book to use with different subjects, and sir's message was very wonderful, sir. Thank you for arranging this program.
Thank you, Charukes.
Thank you,
In,
Sarikesh. I could see a few messages on chat box also. Thank you, Sahana. Thank you, Nagaravan. Thank you, Armuga Muthukumar. Thank you, Pranav. Thank you so much.
Akshaya. Okay. Thank you, children. At the outset, I hold a great honor to render my deep depth gratitude to the dynamic Dr. Venkatesh Karthikeyan for having consented to take such a session and to remain a role model for our students further. The path that you pave for our students would surely be trailed successfully by them. I would like to share my heartfelt thanks to the member of management for having consented to arrange such an online platform to enrich the CP section's learning for us. I sincerely thank our esteemed senior principal and our beloved principal for being a constant support to build the confidence in the children. I consider it a great privilege to thank our CP Academic Coordinator, Mr. Armugam, for their instinctive support. I thank the CP staff members, the parents of the CP sections, and my beloved students who remain the heart of the coaching program, without whom these efforts would have been incomplete. Thank you to one and all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Venkatesh. Thank you
sir.
for your kind support.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All the
Thank you,
best,
dear.
students. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Vinod. Dr. Venkatesh, we are so happy to have you for this session, and you have completed so nicely and motivated our students well. Hope our students will take all your experience and put it in practical preparation. And I can see more number of doctors in this group. So thank you so much for spending time. Are you in Salem or in Delhi?
Sir, I'm not in Salem. I'm in Patna, AIIMS Patna.
Okay, fine, fine. So take care. All the very best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, children, thank you. Take care. And after dinner, we can start with that. Bye.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, sir.